Hey, hola, ¿cómo te llamo? Me llamo Marc. Find it at Fishtown Live. How about that, Kae?
Bilingual.
That's
I like
right.
it.
We're appealing to a larger demographic here on Find It at Fishtown Live. Your weekly wait for fun is over. Again. See, I lose track when I go off script.
It's fine. I mean, you were trying to translate in your head at the same time, and that's a lot of work.
I knew what I meant. Hello, my name is Marc.
There's a script.
Yeah, there's always a detailed
We
script.
are very calculated.
To the
okay?
magic that happens every Wednesday morning.
Oh, man.
And you're tuning in to the finest treat to your ears and eyes. Finding a Fishtown Live here on WWDB 860 AM. The talk station. I am your pilot, Marc Colazzo, with an even better pilot, Kae Anderson. Good morning, Kae.
Good morning, Marc.
How was everything on your end over there?
All the way over here. I
Yeah.
mean, it's great. I'm here. I was early this morning.
You beat me here. I was very proud of you.
Yeah. It's,
She already said that I looked pasty, which I thought was what everyone wants to hear at the crack of dawn. And that's probably true.
I mean, to be fair, it was the camera. It wasn't you.
Yeah, well.
Now we have tons of, multimodal tones coming through on
Hence
the Facebook.
why I wear a lot of color to offset my drabness.
And if you want to see our beautiful faces,
How do you
including
do that?
Marc's,
How do you do that, Kae?
you can go to our Facebook page, Fishtown District, or catch us on YouTube later, Fishtown District.
And people were just literally, as we're going through our security, hustling us through the throngs of fans, and especially me as a diva, I actually like to put on my sunglasses and be hustled through. No eye contact is permitted between me and them, but
you stop in your vehicle first and get out and make an entrance.
yes, very much
So that
so.
way the paparazzi can still get their views, right?
I wear a cape. just so I can swing it.
I just want to paint the picture for all of, our fans who couldn't be outside this morning.
Yeah, it's a shame. But everyone keeps talking about this Fishtown District. How could it be is this like a mythical city? Because there's no way something so fabulous can exist. But Kae,
I mean, we could ask Uni.
well, Uni's
Uni's the expert on all things mythical.
Uni's still in the stable. He's got a long run to the corner today. And he's a little gassy. So yes. So luckily he farts rainbows. So
Thank God.
Yes, that's what we do here on Find It at Fishtown Live. But Kae, where can we find out all the great things happening in the wonderful, fabulous Fishtown District?
You can always go to our website, fishtowndistrict.com. Or visit our social media platforms, including Facebook, Fishtown District, or IG, Fishtown_District.
Look at you.
I know. I
Put in the
well-rested
underscore.
today.
I was going to say, you ripped that out.
I told you I was here early.
How much
it's a
coffee
whole
have you
different me.
had? Because you're feeling it today.
Only half a cup.
That's why I saw Kae digging trenches outside the studio at 3 a.m.
Yep.
And if you want to give a call to hear all about Kae's energy, give us a call at 888-329-3306. That's 888-329-3306. Got a great show today besides our normal fun and frolic and shenanigans and monkey shines. We're going to get into some serious. Did you ever have monkey shines?
No, I was wondering if that's like a moonshine variation.
Monkey shines are like hijinks, I think.
Okay.
You know what hijinks are?
No.
Matt, we're going to bring on our producer, Matt, who was, of course, the research center for Find It at Fishtown Live. He's Googling now. What is monkey shines?
I'll let you know in about a minute.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that has to look this up.
It's MONKEY shines.
It's a horror movie in 1988.
Do you guys know what monkey shines is?
What is it?
I'm asking my
I
followers.
thought monkey shines because I always say it to my son when he hangs with his buddies. So did you have a lot of hijinks and monkey shines? He laughs. So I always thought that I was onto something there.
Maybe
it's
you
a
made
movie
this
in
up.
1988, a horror movie.
Okay, well, once again, the research center. Here he goes.
Under dictionary. Okay, I found it.
Attaboy.
Monkey shines. It's mischievous behavior.
Yeah, somebody just said tomfoolery on my live. Yeah.
Tomfoolery.
Mischievous or playful activity.
You think there was a guy named Tom, last name Foolery?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Like IP, last name Freely?
Probably.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Oh man!
But seriously,
We're chock full of infotainment
exactly.
today.
This is, honest to God, if you were studying for your SATs, you don't even have to go into a book or the computer. Just listen to us every Wednesday.
You'll learn all the vocabulary you need.
They'll end up giving the kid a special test. Why does he keep saying the words monkey shines and hijinks and
where are all of these 80s pop culture references coming from?
Oh, wait till you see. We're going to have some 70s ones before even that. So, So, Kay, what, before we, because Uni is saddled up. He's very delicate, so he needs a saddle. You don't see unicorns normally with a saddle. What is shaking? Thank you. Ease up. Easy. By the way, Matt, what was our lead-in today? What was our show?
That was Barter with Christine.
So it's about trading things.
Yeah, bartering, using barter dollars to acquire things and stuff, yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
They have a show that basically says, I will trade you, like Wimpy, I will gladly give you money on Tuesday for a hamburger today. That's bartering.
In a way, yeah.
Huh.
I think it's more than like a hamburger.
It sounded a little deeper than that.
Are you sure?
In the lead-in. Yeah, they were talking about like shipping and supply trades and real economics terms that weren't hamburgers.
Stuff.
Was it?
Yeah, I thought it was just like you're thinking on the surface.
Were there any weeds
you're such a
in
team
it?
Player.
Was it?
Mark just wants the bloomers back.
I love the bloomers. Like, I miss the bloomers. Like, and listen, this is a guy who hasn't touched dirt since he played baseball. But I found it was Julio, and what was the other guy's name? Mitch? Len?
Oh my God.
Wasn't too far
Mark,
off.
the most hated person
In the
WWD.
I love those guys.
I know.
Listen, I'm giving them pub.
I actually thought today's lead-in show was pretty informational, and I was kind of interested to hear more.
We only heard literally like 3 minutes, and we were listening for other words that would have concerned us. We didn't hear, like, oh, okay.
Her live show is actually today at 1 o'clock.
Who's that?
Oh.
Christine Radovich. She's the CEO of Atlantic Barter.
Is that the barter thing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call that.
Every Wednesday at 1 o'clock.
So you can call in and it said, I would trade you.
I don't think that's how the show works, Mark.
I probably won't let you on the air because I'll be doing that show.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you should definitely screen the calls for that.
Always,
Mark Colazzo, we'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Spray your weeds. And with that, Uni is ready. I'm ready. The world is ready to take the trip to that magical land, Kay's Corner.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? Stop what you're doing and listen.
Nobody.
Listen to me now. Pay attention, honey.
Kay's Corner. I like the listen to me now. I like that one.
Do you know what song that's from?
Is that the Jackson 5?
No. No.
I knew it wasn't that. Who was it?
Isn't that a
Missy Elliott
song?
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I will listen to 6 hours of Barter in the Garden if I'm wrong.
Barter in the Garden.
Can you do that? Can you barter in the garden? I want to combine the shows.
That's a whole new crossover.
And anyway, as we arrive here into the land of rainbows and marshmallows, Kay, what's shaking?
Oh, man. Well, as you know, there's always a lot going on over here in Kay's Corner as well as in the Fishtown District. So tomorrow night, we have another fun event. It's another rendition of our Under the L Bazaar, and this time it is just in time for Fright Night.
Awesome.
So we will have tons of vendors out there selling everything from jewelry, candles, T-shirts, basically anything you could possibly want. Pickles, yes. And keep in mind that holiday giving season is right around the corner, so now is a perfect time to start shopping.
Want to make it very clear, these vendors all take money. There will be no bartering.
Yes. These vendors like cash.
Yes.
That being said, there will be over 30 vendors out there. We will have some food, some drinks, some live music. George Engel Brooks will be playing. We also have Basmati Vice.
Awesome.
And the wonderful, fabulous Del P. So it's going to be a great night. Come on out. That will be from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. We'll have the blow up movie screen out there. We'll
We're
also
blow it out.
Blow it out. Yeah,
We're
why
gonna
not?
Blow it out.
We're gonna be playing some Halloween movies on the screen behind the band. So bring your kids, bring your dogs. There's gonna be a doggy costume contest.
That's awesome.
I'm very excited about that. Not that my dog is in
so are
town
you gonna-
currently.
Oh, your dog travels?
Yeah,
I
sent my dog away for a week.
Where's your dog traveling these days? He's away on business.
Yeah, no, my dog is visiting my dad
Oh,
because that's a thing. that
did
we do.
he drive or did he? Your dog?
Yeah,
I'll take the car. if
My
you
dog
don't
took the
mind.
car up.
Thank you very much.
No, my dad picked up the dog and took the dog back to
Aw,
his house.
That's
and-
very nice.
Yeah. Giving me a break from the dog while I have all of these events to plan.
That's, you know what? I give you credit because Kay is the hardest working gal in show business. So, like, normally, like, Matt, if I said to you, what are you doing this weekend? You know, there might be one or two things. She's got 72
Yeah.
by Sunday at noon.
Yeah.
So it's exhausting just hearing it.
Yeah, I did take a day off this weekend, though.
Good for you.
I know. I was proud of myself.
Good for you. Did you do anything special or fun or
I sat on my couch.
it feels good?
Yeah.
So now you know why I live to do that. If I could get paid to do that, sit on the old couch.
Yeah, it was quite enjoyable. I got to do it again sometime.
But the dog, it'll be cool because everyone gets into the dog costume.
Well, and it's a
thing.
lot safer than a kid's costume contest because especially in Fishtown, that could get a little competitive.
Oh. Yes, it can.
But I feel like the dog costume contest, there's, at least there's not going to be kids' feelings hurt. It just might be adult feelings.
We'll have plenty of candy to
we definitely
calm
will.
the children.
We definitely will.
I think we're gonna have. Are we gonna wait? I think we're gonna have some visits from
Some monsters.
characters. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember
I think
who?
Mike Myers is one of them.
Uh huh.
I forget all of the others.
I believe it's Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton.
She's scary.
You just called Paris Hilton a horror character?
Yeah, isn't that right?
No.
Oh, and that dude Screech. I miss
dude
him. God rest his soul.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I love Screech. No, it's Mike Myers.
Yes.
And I know Rowdy Randy's listening. I think Pennywise the clown
yes.
from It.
I remember the clown.
So nightmares await for me. And I want to say Jason, but I could be, or maybe the Scream guy
Who knows?
or gal. I don't want to.
You got to come and be surprised.
Oh, I gotta be there. So if you see me running in terror, know that Pennywise has arrived.
Absolutely.
Matt, what will you be dressing up as for Halloween?
Mark Colazzo.
Phew, get ready to get candy.
Wow.
Yes. So
Wow.
who's that annoying dude?
Oh, man.
Good for you. The good answer.
Oh,
I'll lend you
man.
the glasses.
Perfect.
Yes.
please
anyway,
do.
But anyway, this is Kay's segment. Stop interrupting. What else we got, Kay? But so anyway, tomorrow, by the way, I'm under good authority to say weather looks like it's going to be good.
Oh, good.
No
I haven't
rain,
checked.
nice and a little sunny, high 60s. Perfect.
Beautiful. That's what I want to hear.
That's what we like.
But yes, come on out tomorrow. That will be on Front Street in front of Evil Genius, 1727 North Front Street from 6 to 9 p.m. Come find us. Other things that we have going on. So on November 12th, we have a very special event coming to you. We will be down on the outdoor stage near the Fillmore.
Yes.
So that's right off of Allen Street, and we will be presenting Awful Wrestling.
Yes.
Nasty November.
I can't wait for that.
And I really loved their like little press release paragraph and the way that they described what Awful Wrestling is. I'm paraphrasing, so don't quote me, but it was something like, remember in the 80s and 90s when you used to play wrestle as a kid on the couches?
Sure.
And, breaking things in the house. Well, this is basically the adult version of that. So costumes, announcements, DJ, all of the fun kit and caboodle, using Mark's terms.
Monkey Shines. That's going to be my wrestling character's name, Monkey Shines.
Oh, God. I hope not.
And with my tag team partner, Matt, who will be Hijinks.
Let's do it.
That's right.
Oh, man.
You forgot the wrestling theme, Matt.
Yes, I did. I'll get it in a second.
Oh, I'll just keep talking in the
Keep
meantime.
talking until you'll hear it.
His name is
Marc Alauzo.
There you go. But yeah, so Marc will definitely be there. We will be
you'll be
trying
there.
as hard as possible to keep him out of the ring.
Yeah, I gotta watch. I can't do it.
But yes, we will be there. I'll probably be in the green room because,
It's like a long thing. It's like 8 o'clock till like midnight.
Yeah, it's a pretty long event. It's going to be a little chilly out there, and there's
That's
going to be
fine.
some heaters in the green room. That's why I'm going to be back there.
But there's also going to be beverages.
There will be adult beverages being served, as always. It should be a fun time. So if you go to fishtowndistrict.com, you can find the Eventbrite link there. It is free, but we do ask that you RSVP so we can get a accurate count of how many people will be there.
Wait a minute. Let me just get this straight. Something as awesome as that is free?
Marc, of course it is.
Gotta love this Fishtown District.
I know. We're
They
just
are
here
the
to
greatest.
entertain.
Take that, bartering.
Okay.
Matt told me. Like, this is, I didn't
Matt
even,
told you nothing.
You absolutely did. I will let management know this. You got to support the team, Matt.
And if you, for some unknown reason, can't make it to Awful Wrestling, don't worry because we also have an event the next day.
Yes, we do. Of course we do.
Of course we do. So you can join us again over at Evil Genius for a Back to the Future themed day with the DeLoreans themselves. I'm
Love
talking
it.
as if they're people, but they're cars. We all know
Yes.
this. There's going to be a ton of other props. The indoors is going to be themed Cafe 80s and Under the Sea Enchantment, half and half. So it's going to be
Very good.
very fun. I'm trying to think of all of the other details.
I know there's some vehicles.
Yes.
And the good part is these are all actual movie props. So the
Yes.
DeLorean that's going to be there, the pickup truck, these were all used in the movie. We don't half tookus it. We go full tookus.
Right. And
You know what tookus is?
I believe it is your back end.
Very good. Very well done.
Yes. But also we will be supporting the Michael J. Fox Foundation through this event. And if you have not looked that up, look up the foundation. It's a great cause. So we're very happy to be partnering with them and also celebrating some Back to the Future stuff here in Fishtown.
So what time will that be, Kay?
That's a great question. I believe it's 12 to 6.
Yes.
Look at me go.
How much is that, by the way? How much is that?
Free 99.
Again, we step up.
I like free events.
But we do encourage people to maybe buy some special merch.
Oh,
because the proceeds
absolutely.
go to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. So
And definitely bring your camera because there's going to be a lot of photo taking opportunities. And who doesn't want to post on Instagram with a DeLorean?
I actually did that at one of the car shows. My son Jarrett and I did it. He got to sit in the car, and I stood on the hoverboard. And that was a $30 picture.
Did you hover?
Well, it was already hovering.
And you didn't fall off?
No, I'm very
I'm
grateful.
so proud
I'm
of you.
very graceful.
Wow.
I'm very graceful.
Go ahead, Marc.
Matt, will you be there? You like the Back to the Future films.
I do. I will try.
That wasn't a firm commitment.
Yeah.
I will try. I can't promise anything.
All right. Anyway, but that's awesome.
I'll
That's
be there
a-
in spirit if I'm not there. in
Okay,
person.
watch the movies just because we told her to. The least you could do is support her.
I did. I had to watch
but-
all of the movies just for this event.
Yes. And those will be playing, by the way, as
Absolutely.
well. It's going to be awesome. And it's we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
2 days in a row.
Yep, of course. Because it wouldn't be Fishtown if we didn't do that.
Absolutely not.
But with that, I think it's time to get into Kay's track.
Absolutely.
K-Track. 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 K-Track of the week.
Word. Why did that catch you off guard? I do it every week.
I don't know. This time it just caught me off guard. Maybe it was just like slightly the
'Cause I was
slight
drumming?
hesitation beforehand too. I don't know.
I didn't want it to lose its edge.
It definitely caught me off guard this week. Oh man. So this week we have a track by the Bickle Brothers Band.
Oh.
So I found these guys because you might have heard me say the name Chris Matthews before. Chris Matthews has performed at some of our events with Daryl Bennett, the sax player.
Okay.
He's the guitarist that performs in that duo with him.
Like that.
So Chris Matthews has been performing music outside of, just performing with Daryl for quite some time now. And he sent me some of his other music from this project. So this is a band that he's in as well, with a couple of other folks. I think they dropped down to a duo during the pandemic, but this is their latest release, Calling on the Sunshine, and I felt like it was pretty appropriate for today. So that was Calling on Sunshine by the Bickle Brothers Band. You're right over there, Mark.
Apparently, nap time happens on our time, but that was awesome.
That was one of my favorite Kae's tracks. I was zoned out. I was trying. I think I heard a bad word, so I had to pay attention.
Yeah. That's why I tried to pull it. That's why I tried to pull it back in.
Yeah, I didn't catch it when I was recording it, but we're good to go.
I stand corrected then.
I caught it there too.
I didn't catch it. Can we replay it? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, sure. Nope. But
that was very good.
It wasn't. It was kind of quick.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, but I caught it, so we're good.
That's why you're magical. By the way, very reminiscent, the music of Sly Stone. Do you remember Sly and the Family Stone? Of course you don't. But Google that, and then you're going to listen to it, and you're going to go, oh my God, that sounds like the Bickle Brothers. Mm. Crickets. But never disappoint.
And with that.
And with that, before we get into some hard-hitting news with our good friend, and I always screw his name up because technically in Italian it's Fileccia.
Oh, you asked? Or you're just
I'm Italian, so like my name in Italian would be Cogliazzo.
I thought that was like a ask Google.
No, I don't even go to Google. I just
they pronounce it for you.
I just assume things, but he's our good friend and colleague from the Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association, and we've had the good fortune to work with them during the pandemic on outdoor dining and streeteries, and we are at sort of a crisis point again as that legislation is set to expire in December, and we are working vigorously to try to make those temporary things permanent. So we're going to get into that with Ben. But before we take a break, of course, the fan letters keep coming. We actually had to create and build a specially constructed stainless steel vault to contain all the letters of support for Bring Back, Continue, What's Mark Wearing?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing today? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing today?
And What's Mark Wearing is brought to you by the fabulous Fabrica, the entertainment capital of not just Fishtown, but the world. If you want to see everything in exotic, dynamic, different, unique entertainment with the best of cuisine, You get it all in one place, Fabulous Fabrica, Fabrika. Check them out on the web. Make your reservations now. So I thought today, since it's right before Halloween, and I'm all really about having a healthy breakfast, why not combine the two for today's segment? So today, of course, I'm bringing out the brand is called Neff, N-E-F-F. It's their Count Chocula collaboration. So you see it on the front, but most importantly, I don't know if you can catch on the back. Hold on. Can you see it? Count Chocula?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, can you see it?
I can see it. I can see it.
And of course, for everybody growing up, he was part of a foursome of monster cereals. So you wanted to scare the crap out of your kids into eating breakfast. So you had Count Chocula, you had Frankenberry, you had Boo Berry, and then you had sort of the unsung one, which was Fruit Brute. That never caught. I was a werewolf.
I had no idea that those other ones existed.
Oh, yeah. Now, Count Chocula was the biggest, and
and the only one that survived.
And, well, here's a little reminder. Go ahead, Matt.
Don't be scared. I'm the super sweet monster with the super sweet new cereal, Count Chocula.
Biffle, here's the super sweet new cereal, Frankenberry.
But I've got chocolate sweeties for monstrous chocolate flavor.
Well, I've got berry-flavored sweeties for monstrous strawberry flavor.
Count Chocula.
Frankenberry.
Hi.
Frankenberry.
Count Chocula.
Wow.
How do you not love that? And it's a good thing that they kept with the stereotypical vampire of, blah, I'm going, eat a fabulous breakfast. So he's sort of Italian, but it's still, I think it's still around today.
Yes, it is.
So treat yourself. By the way, 4 out of 5 dentists recommend it because it keeps business going.
Okay.
So that was, and to keep the horror theme for socks, today's sock of choice is The Shining.
Oh, I like it.
So
we're all Halloweened out.
enjoy that, planet Earth. But you know what? Now we've got to get to some serious news. So we're going to take a break. Okay, pull yourself together.
Of course.
Matt, pay attention. Come back for more fun and frolic on Finding a Fishtown Live.
It's been part of Philly for over 10 years, so Rivers Casino Philadelphia knows how you like to play. With better odds, more playtime, an upgraded rewards program, plus a state-of-the-art sports book, great restaurants, and more. Everything that real players want, without the overpriced distractions. Rivers Casino Philadelphia is for those who play to win, not play to pay for some fancy new place. Rivers Casino Philadelphia, always on our game. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
ADHD. It's the child who can't pay attention or sit still in school, right? The answer may be yes. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, can be complicated and it can last a lifetime. Up to 75% of children and adolescents with ADHD have at least one additional mental disorder that requires a comprehensive approach to treatment. Learn more at moretoadhd.com. This message brought to you in partnership with ADA, ACO, and CHAD.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. That's a common misconception. Battles are won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. Promises to oneself.
This is a physical training event.
Promises to one's community.
Helping people move debris out of their house.
Promises to one's country. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise forever kept. A promise of battles won.
Happy, joy, happy, joy. Happy,
Back, everybody. Oh, the fun keeps happening here on Finding a Fishtown Live here on WWDB 860 AM, brought to you by the fabulous Fishtown District for all things miraculous spectacular, anything you want and need. You can find it at the fabulous Fishtown District at fishtowndistrict.com. And you can watch us live here on social media on our Facebook page at the Fishtown District and also on our YouTube channel. I think I caught almost everything there. I am, of course.
You did.
Thank you, Kay.
I'm proud.
Your host, Marc Colazzo, with the Frankenberry to my Count Chocula, Kay Anderson. Kay, what was your preference of cereals? I guess it was Count Chocula, wasn't it?
I don't think that Frankenberry was a thing when I was a child.
Right. So you only knew of one. So
I mean, there were plenty of other cereals. Let's be clear.
Well,
they just didn't have.
I thought all three came out together.
That's what I thought as well.
I'm sure they did, but they didn't last. When
I
were
think they
they?
did.
When were they out?
1957.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, and they're still good. If you open the box from 1957, it's still good. But now we're going to pivot because we are now. I don't want to say at a crisis point, but we've had the real pleasure and fortune of working with this gentleman. I don't know what we would do without him, and really what businesses and restaurants in the city of Philadelphia would do without him and his group. Talking about Benjamin Fileccia. I know he's going to correct me from how I pronounced it. From the Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association. What's up, Ben?
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing great. And you pronounce my name so perfectly. It's
Oh.
Although when you said Benjamin, it scared me because I thought I was in trouble. But I think I'm okay.
Well, no, you're leading the pack here, brother. So thanks for your time. Listen, thanks for all you've been doing. I know the pandemic has sort of really stepped up the goals of PRLA. Before we get into kind of the state of outdoor dining now in the city of Philadelphia, tell us a little bit about what you see as PRLA's role in advocacy and especially during the pandemic.
Sure. I mean, so we represent in Pennsylvania all the restaurants, all the hotels, all the catering and event folks, all the destination marketing organizations like Visit Philly and Visit Delco and Visit Bucks County. So anything pretty much under hospitality, we advocate for and fight for, but also provide resources and guidance. So, we are a member-based organization and we have a really nice membership base. However, it doesn't matter if you're a member or not. We're going to fight for you and we're going to be here for you 24/7. The pandemic really turned everything up on its head. And, we really had to shift gears and just make sure everybody was prepared for, all the changes that were happening every week, every day, every month. I remember waking up in the morning every morning and looking at my computer and looking at all 67 counties across Pennsylvania and saying, what's allowed here and what's not allowed there. And, so it was just a lot of hand holding with all these operators out there. These guys are busy anyway. The employees are busy, the operators are busy. And, my rule of thumb to them was always, listen, if you need information, if you need guidance, you can't find it on your own within 2 minutes, text, call, or email me. I want them to be spending their time with their guests, with their employees, and with their families. And, let us do what we do best. So that's kind of what we are in a nutshell.
Sure. And I think people don't fully get it. I think they understand, but don't fully get the depths of how devastating it was, that the pandemic was for the restaurant and hospitality industry. And if you give a little summary of that and really where the state of the industry is now as we sit here almost November of 2021.
Yeah, I mean, it really was devastating. Here in Pennsylvania, we lost over 20% of our restaurants. A lot of them were restaurants that have been open 16 plus years. So not just pop-ups, these are long established restaurants that we lost for good. We lost tens of billions of dollars in sales over the year. Pennsylvania, the hospitality industry is the second largest employer in Pennsylvania, and 90% of those employees were laid off early in the pandemic. And even at this point, we lost over 25% of those employees to other industries. 90% of restaurants out there are still understaffed, but it's really the problem that we're facing right now is it's going to be a long road to recovery, Mark. So, my battle is, as you walk down Frankfurt Ave, or as you're walking down Girard Ave, you see these restaurants and they're busy. So, you say to yourself, and, we think it, the legislators are thinking it, the guests are thinking it. Hey, listen, this is over. These restaurants are back, and, we don't have to really worry about them anymore. But, after 18 months of revenue that was not even close to 100%, sometimes just 10%, it's gonna be a really long road to recovery. I use this example a lot, Mark. When did the Pope come to town? Like 6 or 7 years ago?
Yeah.
I remember me and Kevin had Spraga on Broad and Pine Street, and we had to close like that Friday and Saturday that weekend because we were in the Pope Zone or whatever it was. we couldn't even open
the Pope Zone.
So we closed that Friday and Saturday night, and I remember at the end of the year, Kevin was like, why are we still short? And you know what? It took us over a year to make up those sales from that one lost weekend.
Wow.
And that's what people don't understand is that just because you're busy right now doesn't mean that the 18 months of low revenue is just going to return. It's going to take years to get this industry back on its feet.
Mm-hmm. And certainly, and you're right, especially in the Fishtown District, there's so many great restaurants, nationally, internationally known ones, new ones opening by the day. So it's always packed, and you have to and this is a reminder, and I know we're going to get into it in a little bit, about we have to remind our elected officials, this doesn't even come close to making up for the revenue they lost when they couldn't do anything at all. And it's a lifeline that we still have to make sure that we're providing that. If a little bit talk about one of the things that at least helped during the pandemic was the allowance of outdoor seating, meaning simply putting tables and chairs out on a sidewalk, or the use of a streetery, which we've seen to great success in Fishtown, where you can actually use the parking lane to put a little structure there. Talk a little bit about what that actually meant to the industry when that was implemented in Philadelphia.
Well, that was huge. I mean, that's something that we had to work on right away because, you'll remember, like back March in 2020, there were like no indoor dining, no outdoor dining. The only thing you could do was, pick up or, carry out or delivery. And we knew that the first thing that would come back would be outdoor dining. So we moved quickly, not just in Philly, but across the state, to make sure the cities and the municipalities would have some type of streamlined process to make that possible. Because, Philly even, the rest of the states opened up a little bit. And, Philly, we were doing that red zone and yellow phase and green phase. It took us a while, even before we were allowed to have outdoor dining in Philadelphia. And then once that did, we didn't have indoor dining for months. So it was the only way for these restaurants to start recapturing some revenue. And I know you remember, as soon as those streeteries went up and as soon as that outdoor dining, started popping up on Frankfurt Ave and Girard, it really made the city seem alive again.
Yep.
Really, all of a sudden it went from these empty streets and these boarded up buildings to all of a sudden, this sense of vibrancy and really this sense of hope. And, so at first it was just, how do we allow these restaurants to survive, and how do we feed our friends in Philadelphia, to, where we are today, where it's, listen, these streeteries and outdoor dining have activated parts of the city that haven't really been activated before. And the vast majority of Philadelphians love it. I mean, the restaurant operators certainly love it. But, from what I hear from people walking down the street, not just the people who live in Philly, but the people in the suburbs that are coming to the city, they love the option to be able to sit outside. You see some of these structures are just gorgeous, and they make the neighborhoods better.
And I think what certainly, and Kae can attest to this, what we've seen in our district is these owners have invested their time, talent, and treasure, not just in the restaurants in themselves, but making this outdoor dining experience be of the same first-class rate that their indoors are. And you made a great point. If we put even the revenue side aside, people really were suffering from a sense of isolation. Mm-hmm. To let everybody back at, it really did make it feel like we're going to get through this. And it's funny, it was like having a flashback there when you started talking about the colors.
I know, I had really blocked all of that out of my memory.
Oh, and we were always last, Ben.
And it was funny because walking into the building today, I forgot my mask the first try getting into the building. And I got through the first pair of doors and I was like, oh no, I forgot something.
I have mine.
And then I started thinking through my head, I was like, this is the slowest that regulations have changed since we've been in this pandemic. Yep. I wonder if this is something that's ever going to change.
It's become sort of part of it now. And Ben, before we take a break, how have, listen, your job is to have the pulse on the entire city, on the entire industry. How have you heard from not just corridors like ours, but in general, the success rate of this experience, the outdoor dining and the streeteries?
Oh, it's going over phenomenally. A lot of operators reporting that over 20% of their revenue is coming from outdoor dining now, which is huge because, even as consumers' experience is different now too. So, maybe in October of 2019, you might not have wanted to sit outside. At this point, it gives folks the option. I hate to still be bringing this up, but people are still very worried about the Delta variant, and it shapes how they dine. And to have that option of outdoor dining, is great right now. But that the big picture is, people are looking at Philadelphia, and saying, listen, this is starting to look very European. This is starting to look like Paris. Like, this is just gorgeous out there. So this is something that I really hope is here to stay.
Before we take a break, and we want to get into what's coming, when as we're looking to make these permanent, and some bills that we're going to talk about were introduced, Dan Cuellar of Channel 6 came out. Ben helped set that up. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the big things you talked about, that European experience, And it kind of is true. And I remember talking to him saying, for once, maybe Philadelphia can lead and create and be the, we're going to be the trendsetters in the Northeast of having this experience, because ultimately, I know for us, and Kae can agree, we don't, as you know, Ben, we don't have a lot of parking in Fishtown. I don't know if you heard that.
The dreaded P word.
You never did.
But we never received one complaint about those streeteries going up. I think everybody understood it and wanted to support the restaurants, but they also wanted to go out and they wanted to enjoy.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a good lead into, I think, how do we make these permanent? And I know, Ben, you're active in that. So we are going to take a break because we got to pay some bills. Ben, can you hang with us for a few seconds?
Yeah, absolutely, Mark.
We're going to be right back with more fun and frolic on Finding the Fishtown Live here on WWDB 860 AM.
It's been part of Philly for over 10 years, so Rivers Casino Philadelphia knows how you like to play. With better odds, more playtime, an upgraded rewards program, plus a state-of-the-art sports book, great restaurants, and more. Everything that real players want, without the overpriced distractions. Rivers Casino Philadelphia is for those who play to win, not play to pay for some fancy new place. Rivers Casino Philadelphia, always on our game. Gambling problem? problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Crooked teeth may embarrass kids whose families can't afford braces. And trying to fix their teeth themselves can make things worse. Luckily, there's Donated Orthodontic Services, a program from the American Association of Orthodontists. For children and teens who qualify and are matched with a volunteer orthodontist, treatment can be life-changing and help them smile with confidence. Learn more at aaoinfo.org.
Wonder if you should get tested for colorectal cancer? Well, it's the second leading cancer killer in the U.S., and screening helps prevent it. So if you're 50 or older, it's time. Even if it doesn't run in your family, most often, colorectal cancer occurs in people with no family history. And it doesn't always cause symptoms, especially early on, so don't wait for symptoms to get tested. Screening helps prevent the disease by finding precancerous polyps so they can be removed. Remove the polyp, prevent the cancer. Screening also helps find colorectal cancer early when treatment works best. You might be thinking, oh no, not that test. But here's the thing, you have options. There's more than one screening test. Talk to your doctor to find the one that's right for you. No more excuses. If you're over 50, get tested, because colorectal cancer screening really does save lives. A message from HHS and CDC's Screen for Life campaign.
Happy, joy, happy,
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, we're in the home stretch here of another award-winning episode of Find It at Fishtown Live, brought to you by the fabulous Fishtown District, fishtowndistrict.com. You know, it sort of brings everything into perspective. You listen to our commercials, you know, you're listening to these very moving things about the Marines. Last one was about colorectal cancer. Mm-hmm. And then you hear Ren and Stimpy leading into my nonsense. So it really puts it all in perspective. We're like a juxtaposition.
Yes.
See, I know how to use big words. And
see, that's your
which,
SAT word of the day.
Exactly, Monkey Shines. And we are sitting with our special guest today, Ben Fileccia of the Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association. I believe he is the Director of Operations and Strategy for Philadelphia and the king of all things restaurant-oriented. Ben, again, thanks for joining us. And by the way, are you a Count Chocula fan?
Yeah, I mean, I usually tended towards blueberry.
So, see? That wasn't one of the more popular ones, blueberry. I was a fruit brute guy, and that one never caught on.
Yeah.
So we'll get that'll be our next campaign after making outdoor dining permanent. So Ben, when we worked real hard, and certainly PRLA was very instrumental in getting those temporary regulations installed for our restaurants. But temporary means at some point they go away. So what's the status now of outdoor dining in Philadelphia, and what do people need to know?
Well, listen, we just had a huge win yesterday, Mark, on the state level. So we were able to get House Bill 425 across the finish line. And that was a big step in order to make outdoor dining permanent in Philadelphia. So House Bill 425 streamlined the outdoor seating provisions across the whole state. So, it allowed for your extension of premise, extension of liquor license, allowed you to go to non-contiguous areas. It eliminates the $500 fee for the off-premise catering permits, and it allows for unlimited number of permits, and eliminates the 5-hour cap for events for the next 3 years. So that was a huge win, and that was something that we needed to do just to make sure everything in Philadelphia would go smoothly. And also, it's going to allow the Philadelphia legislators to say, okay, we have permission from the state to actually start doing this, and allows everything to go a little easier. So as you mentioned, currently the outdoor dining, the streeteries, those parklets, they go away on 12/31/21. So just a little over 2 months. And everybody, all the cafes and streeteries, all the operators got an email from L&I last Friday saying, be prepared to start taking these down. And we certainly don't want that to happen. A, we know that it's making the city better. B, we know there's been huge investments put into these streeteries and parklets and outdoor seating. So we've been working with city council, and we've been working with all the various departments in Philadelphia, and with you guys, with the with Fishtown and with Old City and Manayunk.com and East Passyunk, getting feedback from all the neighborhoods, working with the all the different coalitions, making sure that as we make this permanent, we're doing the right thing. So Councilman Alan Dom has a couple bills that are in committee right now that would make outdoor dining permanent. And not only that, they would make them safe. They would make sure that they were ADA compliant. They would make sure that that they wouldn't be blocking any bike lanes, making sure that they were structurally sound. It kind of is going to, last year when we set all these up, and you can see there's some really beautiful structures out there, Mark.
Sure.
And you can also see that some people, were just in, panic mode and say, we need to set up a few tables out here. Let's build up a lean-to. So, we have to strike the balance where, listen, you don't necessarily need to spend $50,000 on an outdoor seating structure, but also, it's Philadelphia. We want to keep our neighborhoods beautiful. We also don't want a tent that looks like you're selling fireworks out of it, right?
Sure, absolutely.
So, we have to find that balance. And Alan Dom's bill really does find that balance. So as we move into the future, we can make these structures, the bill also has a plan to have an architectural and design advisory board. So these restaurant operators can get help when they need it to make their designs perfect and beautiful and fit in with the surrounding neighborhoods. So it's a very well thought out bill, and again, not only will it take years, Mark, for this industry to recover, and this is one way to help them, but we also know that restaurants are the lifeblood of neighborhoods. I mean, it's when neighborhoods come to restaurants, it builds community, and people want to flock there. So the more we can do for the restaurants and the neighborhoods in Philadelphia, the better we all are.
And I think that what we really want to get across to not just our stakeholders and listeners, but all the people that enjoy these things, which are a lot, they can weigh in too. I know PRLA is running a campaign that we're happy to be part of. How can people express their support for Councilman Dom's bills and making these outdoor dining and streetery legislation permanent?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. And listen, I want your support, right? If you're not in support, I want to hear both sides too, because we want to, restaurants want to work with their neighborhoods. Restaurants are part of the neighborhood. So, but the easiest way to do that, Mark, is to go on our website, which is PRLA.org. PRLA.org. Look for our action center in the top bar. Just click on that, and there'll be a link that will say, tell the mayor and tell your city council people that you support outdoor dining. And with just your name and your address, click a link. It'll send an email to the mayor, and it'll send an email to your council person and all the council people at large to let them know that you support this great bill.
And one of the things we hope people know, and certainly we're all going to be part of it, is that these bills go to committee, and those committees have hearings, and people can testify at those hearings. Can you tell the folks when that committee hearing date is, and if people would like to testify in support of those bills, how they can do that?
Yeah, absolutely. One easy way to do that is to get in touch with me. I'm Ben at PRLA.org. We hope that these bills will have a hearing on November 9th. So that's the day when we are looking to hold them. Another way to support, Mark, tomorrow, Thursday, at Uptown Beer Garden at 1500 JFK Boulevard. We're going to be having a little bit of a media event, and we have Congressman Evans, we have Senator Saval, we have Representative Jordan Harris, Representative Isaacson,
Marc Colazzo.
I don't think Mark is coming. We have Green and we have Dom. But, we're going to have a lot of people there talking about how outdoor dining has really changed Philadelphia's landscape and, why everybody wants to see it permanent. So, show up there. It's 3:30 at Uptown Beer Garden, Thursday at 3:30.
I'll be there. Ben, I want to thank you for all you're doing. Again, before we sign off, how can people reach out to you again to get as much information as they can and voice their support?
Sure. So you can check us out on our website, which is PRLA.org, PRLA.org. And my email is ben@PRLA.org. I'm very responsive. We're very responsive. We fight and support for this industry 24/7. So we're around for you.
Ben, appreciate you. Glad to have you as a friend and partner, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Sounds great, Mark. Thanks so much.
All right. And Kay, bring on more monkey shines. Next week, let's focus on what can we barter together. Thank you for another fun-filled episode of Finding the Fishtown Live here on WWDB. For Kay.
Yes. Goodbye.
And me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, joy. I don't think you're happy enough. That's right.